What I'd love for us to do is we're handing out these beautiful yellow stars. And this is an opportunity for us to kind of reflect on the day and all that we've experienced. The beautiful garden that we've been building, the flowers that you've been building throughout the day, I want you to take a moment and pull those out. So as we're kind of checking in, what was in the center of our flower? That's right. So guess what goes in the center of the star? Exactly. Great. And remember, we gave ourselves some love this morning. That can continue, that love and support. And I want you to think about, as you look at where we started today and the journey we've gone on, where are you planting seeds? What seeds are you planting? And maybe you forgot there were seeds that you were supposed to be planting. Perhaps some got planted in you anyway. So kind of check in. See if there's some new seeds or things growing within you that you want to acknowledge, kind of capture, remind yourself of. And then one of the things we talked about in the morning is support. What is the support that we need? So we're remembering to kind of feel into that and bring in that support. Including those 2 connections we were going to make and have sign our flower chart in the morning. That can be support. And part of the reason support is so important, it's really important in a community, and you've heard that mentioned many times on the stage, this community and how it's been supportive of them. That's made a real difference in giving people encouragement and help them remember, even discover truths about themselves and stand in it. So don't forget that community, colleagues, people coming alongside you is so important to consider and having support. So how are you building that into your life on a regular basis? And perhaps you aren't, so maybe that's one of those action item things you could think about doing, is building that in. Another part of support that I think is really important, just like the cucumber vine that we talked about this morning. I love my cucumber. It taught me so much. And the trellis, the things that it hooked alongside have already been there. It already had the height it was looking at going. So one of the things that's important to think about and bring into your life around support is getting support when you're looking to go places you haven't gone before. Now, have we heard the definition of insanity? Yes. Like doing the same thing and over, maybe harder and more, and expecting different results. So part of what can help us shift out of that and get different results is getting support. We don't have to figure it out all on our own. And in fact, wouldn't it be brilliant if we could get support from somebody that has perhaps already gone on that path? So we can learn from them and scrape our knees less because we're not falling down as much because they already cleared the way. They know don't do that. They tried it. Do this. Here's something to be really mindful of when we're looking at stretching, we're looking at growing, we're looking at going a place we haven't gone before. What can happen is this: we get on a path, we start taking steps, we start getting movement, we start getting close to the edge of where we haven't gone before. And we might even take a step past the edge of the familiar. And suddenly our mind goes, uh-oh, we haven't done that before. I don't know if that's safe. Danger, danger, danger. And we start to contract and back away. And then we usually kind of dip so much we go way below where we want to be and what is the norm for us. And so we find ourselves picking ourselves back up and no, that's unacceptable, or we got to move forward and get back up, and it ends up being this roller coaster ride, but we're still staying within the same plane. Has anyone ever experienced this, or someone you know has experienced this? Here's the trick to get out of that. It's getting support, and where you need the support is when you're going through to the next level. We're really getting good at getting support on the bottom side and getting ourselves out. It's when we're going somewhere we haven't gone before, that's when we need the support. That's when we need someone who's been there before that can help us go further on our journey with more ease and more effectively. So when you're looking at support, really look for people that can come alongside you that have been there, that can help you. You don't have to break new ground all the time on your own. You can have support along the way. And that's what can help you go from this level to this next level. But notice something about the two levels. You notice they still do this? I wish I could tell you it's just this smooth, graceful glide. It's not. It ebbs and flows, and we grow and we stretch and we contract and we move. It's very dynamic. And so part of the things that can help us see, is this a contraction where I'm shrinking back, or is it the type of contraction that's like the tightening of a bow string being pulled back so you can fine tune before you release the arrow? Those are different types of contraction. And part of how we can determine that is by measuring things once in a while. It's so easy to feel like it's a contraction, it's a contraction, it's a contraction. But if we remember to stop and take a look at where we are now versus where we were 6 months ago versus where we were a year ago, we will typically see growth, even though it ebbs and flows. So it's really important to be checking in. One of the things I learned in the world of finance as a financial advisor was the importance of planning. And we all know plan, right? Planning's important. We want to have a plan. We want to have a strategy. But what happens so often in the financial world, especially when you're working with companies and 401k plans and that sort of thing, we meet with the client, we spend all this time looking at their financial picture, we set it up, the right mixture of funds, all of that, and then we put it on a shelf and we don't look at it for 15, 20 years. Yet all kinds of things have happened in the marketplace. Perhaps we were single and now married and have children. Perhaps we are no longer married. Whatever the transitions and changes have happened, we haven't been checking in on a regular basis to see if there's an update or course correction that is needed. And when we wait that long amount of time, it's a bigger swing or adjustment that's needed. But if we remember to check in periodically, it can be, oh, here's the next step. Or, I want to shift here a little bit. Or, you know what, I'm getting a little stagnant. Maybe I'm root bound. Perhaps I need to look at that and spread my roots further. Reach out more. I need a little more nourishment. These check-ins are so important to see where we're at and where we're going. And what kind of support do I need now? So think about who has connected with you today, how they can fit into that support structure for you. Because you're here on purpose. So tap in to the people in this room and how they can come alongside you, how they can cheer you on. Let people know what you're looking for, what kind of support you need. You never know who somebody knows that can help you connect and bring forward what you're looking to bring forward. You'll never know all of the talents and things that people have. We have so many beautiful dimensions to ourselves that can be brought forward when we discover, oh, someone needs that, someone's looking for that. And we can be that to each other, and we can connect people with the support they need as well. So going back to root bound, I talked about this at the beginning. I've mentioned it several times throughout the day. It was so laid on my heart that we've got to look at what's going on underneath the soil. Are our roots deep enough? That's how we weather storms. Are we clear on our purpose? Are we clear on what it is we're called to do and bring forward? And are we giving ourselves the nutrients needed to do that, to sustain the growth, to go where we're called to go? And are we making sure our roots are in the appropriate size container with room to grow on a regular basis? If we're feeling stuck, if we're feeling stagnation, if we're feeling lack of clarity, it could be that we're not getting what our roots need. We're not giving ourselves that room and expansion to grow. So what I want you to think about is, as we continue in this conversation, this is like a bookend to the opening segment that we had. And we've had this beautiful book that we've gotten to experience, this beautiful journey throughout today. But we're checking in. We want to make sure, as we review all the beautiful content that's been shared, that we're getting the pieces we came to get. That we're able to apply those in our life. And part of this root-bound conversation is I think we get comfortable, or we are that comfortable word, familiar, and we can sometimes be pushing up against boundaries of our own reach, of where we're trying to go. And yet, if we're answering the call and we're willing to say yes to go where we're called to go, we're willing to answer yes to serve the people we're called to serve, frequently those people are outside of our current reach and outside of our comfort zone. So we need to think about where are the people that we're trying to reach. And perhaps part of that getting out of being root bound is looking at, how do I go there? How do I reach people? If your people are on Instagram, figure out a way to get on Instagram. If your people are at live events, go to live events. Figure out where your people are. Go to them. Be easy to find. If you're wanting to up-level how you're being seen, add some positioning and leverage that, we can support you in that. We love to get you positioned in media. We love to get you cited and quoted as an expert and then share that out into as many media outlets as we can. We love to do that. And then it's important that you take action. So you want to go to where your people are. And be positioned where they can receive you. And then take action. We want to bring these callings into reality. We want to take the steps. We've talked about that a lot today. If we're going to keep it in that dream and that someday, and wouldn't it be great? Or are we going to start taking the actions, getting the help that we need, the support that we need to go where we're called to go? And those are things only you can answer and make choices around. And this applies for all of the beautiful presentations, all of the information that we received today, and even those things that have been spoken into your heart you haven't even shared with us. Are you willing to go where you're being called? And are willing to put action behind that and take steps to move forward those things that matter most to you? And I want to invite you to lean in your yes as a yes. And one step, baby steps count, just in case anyone wondered. Baby steps count. And every step gets us closer. So if it feels daunting, if it feels stretching, break it down into smaller steps and take a step. And here's a secret about taking steps. Celebrate. I took that step. Yes. Celebrate that we took the step. It's not just celebrating the results. That's great to celebrate too. But celebrate you're on the journey. Celebrate you're headed in this direction. Celebrate I said yes. Yes, exactly. Celebrate I did this. I stretched in this way. Let's celebrate with each other. Let's celebrate those steps. That's part of thriving. That's part of what will encourage us on the journey. We can only sometimes get focused on the result. And we forget I took 32 steps to get there. And every one of those steps was an accomplishment. Every step counts. And every step gets us closer. So what is your next step? take a moment, feel in. What is your next step? And I want you actually to figure out 2 steps. So what is the step you're taking today? Put today's date. And a step you're taking tomorrow. Because today, our mission, our purpose, has been to come together to create an environment, an event to help you thrive. Not just survive, but thrive. To be filled to that place that you're filled to overflowing in a beautiful, wonderful way. Like you have so much that's been given to you, you can pour off and share with others without depleting yourself in any way. Because so much has been poured into you. So that being said, are we full? Have we received what we came to receive? We feel full in a lovely, wonderful way? Checking in. Because we can bring more if more is being called forth. Okay. Then what I'd love for us to do is to take a moment, and those who I won't make you share, I'm not going to call on people in random and put you on the spot. But I want to give those of you an opportunity that you want to share something that has impacted you today, something that is helping you step more into that place of thriving. Maybe it's something you want to commit to and you want us to lift you up. Maybe it's a step you took and you want us to celebrate with you. This is your Thrive community. Let us come together with you and alongside you.
So I've been thinking about speaking a lot because I am a Toastmaster. I have a fear of speaking, so my voice will start shaking eventually. And hearing today, I know I have a good story. I want to speak it, but I'm not there yet. So why not write it down? Put it into a story.
Beautiful.
So you give us this opportunity, and it launches on my birthday. So I filled it out, and with some mentorship from Seema, Michelle, Kimmy, Adrian, Jefferson, Chofor, I look forward to contributing.
Wonderful. We celebrate. Beautiful.
I was shaking yesterday thinking about coming here because I just launched my business and I've never really talked about it to anyone. So I was shaking yesterday with excitement and nervous energy and just looking forward to, I don't know what this space could bring. So I want to thank you for holding this space. Thank Kimmy for giving me this opportunity. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. When you're ready, the opportunity appears. So thank you, Rebecca, for holding this space for all of us, and I've benefited greatly. And thank you, beautiful ladies who I've been able to collect hugs from. There's only one me, so I haven't had the opportunity to reach all of you, but you're shining your light, and that's affecting me. And I feel like I'm just vibrating off of that energy. Sometimes I complain. I'm like, Mom, why are you so tired at the end of the day? But here are so many beautiful women. I feel like so many moms, it's just showing me that when you're ready, just go for it. And people who want that same thing are going to be there. So thank you. Thank you all so much.
Beautiful.
I would just like to let each and every one of you know that I've been to, I would say about 8 or 9 of these events. And I must tell you that today has just been really awesome. The energy here has just been so uplifting, and the stories, and just, I don't know. It's just been really uplifting, inspirational. I mean, just the energy and the vibration. You're making my heart sing.
Mm.
So, what everyone's already said, especially Cassandra, I want to thank you, Rebecca, because I as well have been to a number of events very similar. And thanks to Kimmy, I'm here today, which I wasn't sure I wanted to come, but I have a really, really fun, positive feeling about some of you who I've met. I mean, I have a great feeling about everybody who I've met. I haven't met that many of you personally, but hearing everyone's stories and hearing what you've all been going through, this has been really uplifting for me, which I've really needed because I've been kind of in and out of a depression for a while now. And it's kind of given me extra energy and inspiration as well, as Cassandra was saying. And it's just been like you said as well, I'm quoting you directly. I have to because you stole the words out of my mouth. But it's been so invigorating and fun and uplifting, and it's given me some more charge. And I really, really appreciate that charge. So thank you so much, everybody, for sharing your stories and for going after your dream, which is what I always want to do. And sometimes you kind of get waylaid and distracted, and it's hard to just keep it going all the time. You feel sick, or you just don't want to do it, or you don't even want to get up out of bed that morning. So there are those things that just really get in the way called obstacles. We all know obstacles, hello? I certainly do. And but this has been very, very reaffirming, and so I really appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Beautiful.
I just want to say that it's a challenge for me to be seen, so I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be here and to be seen and heard. And thank you, Rebecca, for creating this safe space. Thanks.
Michelle, thank you for bringing me here. I'm so happy. I should have known. But I hadn't met Rebecca. And so I've been flying high on this real deal, authentic, larger dimension, reaching into it, touching, plugging into it.
I don't know if anyone relates to this, but I suffer from perfectionism. And you just said something, Rebecca, that was really, really valuable for me. What you said about contracting in order to fine-tune, I really appreciate that. Mm-hmm. I'm in that mode. Between us, Michael and I have 3 project-grown kids. And they really take a lot of my time, and I sort of kick myself. I should be further along. I should on myself, as Dr. Pat Allen says. I should be further along. I should be doing more. Meanwhile, I know I'm doing everything I can do, but I just really, really appreciate that. That's what I felt when you led us in the muscle testing earlier, is that's kind of the mode of the remainder of this year while we get the book launched and do all of that. And just looking forward to continuing to grow and to thrive.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So I want to also thank you again, Rebecca, for hosting the events, coming out of your shell and being the leader that you are, so that we can also come out of our shells and be the leaders that we are. It takes courage to take those steps. And as Tony and Yuan and everybody else has been saying, when we're in a room where we are being supported in taking those steps, it's so important. And if any of you are working from home like I do a lot of the time, I need the upliftment. I need to be reminded and staying in the conversation and all of that. So thank you for taking the time and putting your energy in creating the space for us to do that and holding that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm getting a little emotional. Hearing people's stories tapped into something that I thought it was over, right? We all deal with stuff and we think we've dealt with it. And one of the things that keeps coming back up for me is that I was one of those women that was supposed to be too smart, too strong, too savvy, too independent, to be hurt and broken. And there are times when I blame myself for allowing that to happen. I blame myself for being in that position, bringing those people into my life. And what the other half of me does is say, yeah, but you learned so much, you gained so much, you're so much stronger. And what all of you have really brought home to me today, the world is full of broken people. They're everywhere. But there's a real need for broken people who have learned how to heal and can share what happens when you heal, because when you heal, you get stronger. And you're able to help other people with their brokenness, which is what all of us are talking about in some form. And I had a moment when Zima was talking when I said, I need to give myself a badge of honor, a medal, a something, because I broke, I shattered, and guess what? I am fucking back stronger and smarter than ever. And I've got to take the brokenness gremlin and ship it off to somebody else who's a lot more deserving, and I think we can all think of people who... But you gave me permission, all of you, to really address that at a very deep level within myself, and I thank you for it.
I didn't know what to say. And then hearing some of the people that I brought here speak and have such a powerful experience, I kind of have this sense of being a leader and bringing them to you and resonating at that level. I feel really gratified that I was able to be a conduit for that. And I thank you for having the end game here for people to come and be transformed.
I celebrate you as a leader leading.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Beautiful.
Rebecca, what a pleasure, honor meeting you. Thank you so much for making this event such authentic and impactful, and you are leading and empowering and impacting so many lives. Thank you for that. And Michelle, you are a true leader because you invited me. Thank you so much. I just moved here from Texas, but I believe I'm a big believer everything happens for a big reason. And even being here today just opened so many ideas. And my intention was building powerful relationships, and I know they are coming. And everything from moving my chapter opening to earlier this year as well for my group, and my action list is full. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm excited about your action list too. Thank you so much for sharing, bringing the gift of you, sharing your heart with us, giving us the opportunity to connect in with you even more as a community and lift you up. So remember our amazing MC? Hasn't he done an amazing job all day long?
Go on. Go on.
Thank you, Dad, for bringing it all and holding space for us.
It's you deserve it.
Yeah, and
What do you
receive. Here, you can come to this end. So neat pictures, right? Because I know you're open to pictures, photo op moments. He's willing and happy to have his picture taken. But Dad, we've really appreciated you holding space for us, helping us smile, laugh, enjoy, process what's being shared today. You've done an incredible job.
Well, thanks. I enjoy it. It's cool.
Well, we appreciate it.
I feel important because I get to carry papers up. It makes me feel real important.
And we have a little thank you. So all day long, this has been absorbing all the beautiful energy of today. And this is a thank you we want to send home with you so you can bring a memory back that will bloom and grow from us today. Thank you, Dad. I wanted us to take a moment, though, and appreciate all of our amazing helpers that have been holding space for us today, getting forms into all the right places, setting up the event so that we can have this beautiful container to be held. Can we have our amazing helpers come up on stage, and let's give them a round of applause. Come on up. Wonderful. And I'd love for you just to take a moment, and I want you to receive our appreciation that we've been sharing with you, and I wanted to give you an opportunity if there was something on your heart that you wanted to share. You've been holding space for us all day long, and we wanted to give you an opportunity to be seen, heard, and shine.
I just want to say this event would not happen without these guys. You have been so amazing, and the other two people that had to leave earlier. But I am so grateful for you guys. Thank you. And then everyone here has been amazing. This has been a fun day for me. Thank you so much.
At the beginning, we didn't get to share our intent for the day, but mine was to be open to learn new things, and I did. And I am thankful for that too. Thanks, everyone.
Beautiful.
My name is Rick Cooper, and it was exciting to be in the room today with everyone supporting you. I'm excited to be around people who are energized, excited, passionate about life, people who have overcome obstacles and challenges, people who have had a message, in many cases, come to them that they want to share with others, who are striving to help other people and lift up others. So it's a pleasure being in the room with you today and seeing you energized, excited, and go forth and accomplish something.
Take those steps. I love that. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you all for your service. Yeah. So could I have our lovely speakers come on up? One more time. Come on up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Great. And so we have a lovely gift that is a beautiful crystal lotus. So some of you might be getting a collection, of them going.
Lovely.
That is just our thank you for being here and being part of today and sharing the gift of you. Yeah, so thank you for your service. Thank you. Wonderful.
Yeah. Begin the picture with us. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, that's right. Pictures. Okay. Great. Thank you, our amazing speakers.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. The group that I want to make sure we take a moment to acknowledge and appreciate is each and every one of you. Today would not have happened in the way that it did if one of you were missing. Each of you contributed to the magic that we got to experience today. helped form the community that we created today. You were all an integral part of that. And so I want us to stand and give ourselves a round of applause, appreciating, thanking each other for saying yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the gift of you. And then Dad has a special thank you he wants to give as well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to say Memorial Day is coming up pretty soon, and could I have a show of hands of the veterans in the room? I had a shipmate over here. Thank you for your service very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you.
That's what you get for having a naval officer up here.
And we thank you for yours as well. Absolutely. Beautiful. And with that, I want to celebrate again everyone here connecting, sharing the gift of you. Enjoy today as you go out, connect, and remember to choose to thrive. Wherever you go, whatever you do, may you be willing to bloom where you are planted and thrive. Have a wonderful afternoon, everybody. Are you a speaker looking to reach more people with your message? You have a global vision that you want to touch the world and make a global difference. If so, I have an amazing opportunity for you. It's called the Speaker Talent Search. Again, that's the speakertalentsearch.com. You'll find all the details, but here are the highlights. With one application process, you get clarity on your message. You get to fine-tune how you want to reach the world. Then you'll have everything ready in one place for the opportunities when they come. Second, we select you as a finalist. You get to come in and audition with a 7-minute audition, open up the door to hundreds of speaking opportunities. I hope you lean in. I hope you say yes. We would love to hear your message. Help you touch the world powerfully. Again, that's the speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your powerful message.